Alrighty, folks, let's have an honest discussion about some wealth wisdom earned the hard way. Casey and I are both over 40. One of us over 50. I will let you guess which one that is. Hint, it's me, not her. And we're going to talk about wealth wisdom. We're going to play the game of ping pong where we go, she goes, I go. Casey, ladies first.
All right. Thank you, Michael. So the first one that I want to talk about, and this one is near and dear to me because I have friends on both sides of this aisle, or not really aisle, but both sides of the coin, is you have to choose your heart, right? So when you're working, janitors work hard. Garbage men work hard. Street sweepers work hard. I'm just thinking of easy tasks. People that work at Target, they work hard. But everything is going to be hard in life. So you have to choose your hard. You can work really hard to make a lot of money, or you can work really hard to not make a lot of money. The people that work hard not necessarily means you're going to make money. And I think that's why a lot of people think that people that work at McDonald's should make $20 an hour living wage because they're working hard. No, you have to make a difference if you want to get paid more money. Working hard isn't going to cut it. A lot of people work hard.
Yeah, I love that you started with this one because, again, I'm on a health journey this year. And the whole idea of choose your heart is so right on, right? If you want to be in shape over 50, it's hard. But you know what else is hard? Being fat over 50, right? Yep. You got to choose your heart. When I go to my first, wealth wisdom is I'm going to go to, it's possible. I think there's so many folks today that I see in my comments or on Twitter or X that have frankly given up. And I think that is very sad. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm here to tell you it's never easy, but it is possible. And the fact that we have a whole seemingly generation or big part of a generation that have just given up. In China, I think they call it lying flat, right? They just refuse, they're just not working. And that's not okay, right? I'm not here to tell you the American dream is all it can be for everyone, but if you think you can, you can, and if you think you can't, you can't. You're right either way. And that's a lesson I learned over the last 6 or 7 weeks where my titles went negative on purpose, and I grew, but I grew the wrong way. I grew and by attracting people I don't want to be around. I had more views by hundreds of thousands of views, more followers because my headlines were negative. But what I realized is that's not okay. I don't want to be around these people. I'm not here to make, tens of thousands of dollars on YouTube so I could, live in a toxic soup of negativity, right? If I kept doing what I was doing, Casey, I would have quit YouTube.
Yeah, you would have hated it.
It's just like, this is not who I am. So we're back to, positive and authentic titles. And the content never changed, but the rapper did. But screw that. The rapper's not changing anymore. I'm going to be who I am, or else I'm going to leave. One or the other.
Yeah. Speaking of identity and who you are, another one that I have is you can't out-earn your identity. So, I've got, my little crystals over here and fun little woo things that I love. But honestly, a lot of that stuff has helped me break out of this glass ceiling and shell that I had been in for so long. I mean, I went to school, right? K through 12. I went to college. I got my degree. But then shortly thereafter, I became a stay-at-home mom with no work history really to be said. And I felt like a nobody, right? So then to kind of get back out there and try and create income through real estate, through my coaching program to do something felt impossible. Felt like, how could I ever start my own business? How could I ever, run our little property management company and own real estate and do all these things? I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I have no worth other than being a mother. I've never really made six figures. I never made $100,000 coming out of the only job I really had. I made $38,000 out of college. Like, that was my first job at a public relations company. So I never really made any significant money. So then when I'm 30 years old, now I'm going to start after being a mom for 10 years with no history. And I have mom friends that have, kept their careers and making multiple six figures. I felt like nothing. But my point being is you cannot out earn your identity. So if you have that mentality, if I had that mentality, which I did, that wasn't getting me anywhere. I was going to get exactly what I was putting out in the universe, which is I'm not worthy. So as soon as I started changing my mindset and I started changing the belief of who I was inside, only then, when you change your internal belief system, can you become the person that you want to be. So you cannot out earn your identity. If you feel like you're only a McDonald's employee, and I love McDonald's, then that's all you'll be. But if you know in your heart you can be greater and you can start that business, you can become financially free. If you don't believe it, you can't achieve it. So you have to believe to achieve.
Yeah. Oh, first and foremost, for all the moms out there, being a mom is the number one job, in my opinion, out there. Stay-at-home mom. I mean, moms are everything. So shout out Dorothy, my mom, if she happens to watch this video, which I know she will. Next for me is disposable income, right? I often didn't understand disposable income. I was somebody who was chasing making more money. Why? I don't know. More money equaled worth. However, I spent, a long time spending every penny I got. And that was a fundamental error in judgment. It was a mistake. In order to get wealthy, get rich, you have to have disposable income, which again is money you can light on fire and nothing changes. So you can have assets, right? This whole game of getting wealthy is disposable income, become a lead investor, buy assets, wait a decade. But it all starts with understanding disposable income. And we work in a world where most people don't get it. Put it on credit, buy now, pay later. It's just like more and more ways to be a consumer. And that's why most people are broke.
Yeah.
Some people don't make enough money. That's true. But a lot of people make plenty of money. They just have poor spending, habits. How many streaming services do you have? How many this, how many that? Wealth starts with disposable income. That's my, wealth wisdom number 2.
I love that. And so my next one is, it's always about money in a way, but build freedom, not just income. So many people work so hard to make more money, spend more money, make more money, buy designer XYZ, make more money, get a brand new car or two, make more money, buy some toys. Then it turns into make more money, buy toys, put them on a credit card, make more money, put vacations on a credit card. So then you're like living this lifestyle. You make all this money, but you were working every single day for it. You are working 60 hours a week. When are you enjoying your life? How are you actually creating your life of freedom if you're just making money and spending it? The goal really should be make money to fund your freedom, right? Replace the things in your life that you can replace. And that way you can spend time, use your income to pay for those things so you can spend time with your family. Like, we want to upgrade our house. I still might, but that's going to come with a larger mortgage payment. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Gotta cover that. But right now it's like, our mortgage payment's so low and we have no worries and we homeschool our kids and Blake's work optional and we don't have stress and we can choose whatever we want to eat at the restaurant. We don't have to look at the menu because we have built freedom. We've used our income to buy rental properties that funds us our lifestyle. So people want to spend their money to buy more things. I want to spend our money to buy my freedom back.
Oh, I love that. The next one for me, number 3, is going to be, a version of show me your friends, I'll show you your future. You're the collection of your 5 friends, all of those different sayings, but there's so much truth in that. And, it's so important to me. I put it on my ORAT rules, right? It's number 7, audit your personal network, because some people are hurting you. I mean, if, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a jerk. Some of you got to fire your friends. You have a mission. You want to get wealthy, get rich. You want to buy real estate, whatever. But your friends still want to see you at the bar. They want to see you, smoking or whatever you guys do. And you just can't do that anymore. And these friends are anchors. They're holding you back. They don't want to see you change. If you want to go become another version of yourself, you've got to get likely in a new group. And, as somebody who is over 50 now, I've changed my group 3, 4, 5 times as an adult. And I never had a big circle, never wanted a big circle. But people that were close to me 20 years ago are not close to me today, other than my wife, Olivia. And, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to fire your friends. If you want fundamentally different things and you're on a new journey, get on a new journey. And it's okay. It's okay.
Love that. So my number 4 is it's never too late.
Ooh.
It's never too late to start, right? And people hear that all the time, but I want to put a caveat with that. It's never too late to start, but starting late comes at a cost.
Sure does.
Well, it does. I mean, just think about it with real estate investing, right? Those that start when they're 20, or as you've seen the post with the Lamborghini, and he's 5 years old and he's a multimillionaire now. It's like what I feel like. It's like his 18-year-old just was born yesterday, and now he has 5 Lambos and a mansion in Malibu. Do what he does. Like, give me a break. So, but you know, the younger you start, the younger you wake up and you get out of that spending mentality, and the earlier you can start investing your money, the easier things are going to be for you. If you start at 60, it's not too late. No, but you are missing out on all the time that everybody else got. It's going to be much harder and difficult for you. It will be harder and more difficult for the people that wait longer. The longer you wait, you can still do it. It's not too late, but it is going to be a harder path. And I think a lot of people kind of gloss over that and tell celebrate it's never too late to start. Well, it's not, but it comes at a cost. And I think people forget that and push it off. You know, oh, well, I'll start next year. Just like being healthy. If you want to start being healthy when you're 60 and you're grossly overweight and you got all these health problems, you might not be able to overcome that as well as someone who overcame those hurdles when they were 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50. So starting earlier is easier. So don't put it off just because you always hear it's never too late to start. It's not, but it does come at a cost.
Yeah, I love that one. The next one for me is it's never been easier to be better than average, right? We live in a world where people are almost anti-work, right? My whole notion of focus and daily discipline is just not what people want to hear. They want to see easy button, it happens while you're on the couch watching TV or whatever they want to hear. If you want to become the top, 1 or 10% in an area, it doesn't take that much work. Focus, daily discipline, you can get there, and you will get there a lot faster than most people think. And it should be encouraging. When you hear something like that, it should be encouraging to you, because if you want to be the best at something, it doesn't take a lot of work. It's so easy to be better than the average person today. I heard something, I think this was on Joe Rogan. I don't know if it was. I think it was. And the average American male is fatter than a pig. Has more body fat than a pig.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. So it's not really hard to be better than the average male, apparently. So that should be eye-opening. I mean, that's just, and let me be very clear. I'm sitting here as somebody who on January 1st was 34.8% body fat and was obese. I am not that today because daily discipline, focus, and all of that. So yeah, that's my number 4. What's your last one?
So my last one kind of sounds good with your last one, but it's never, you won't regret trying, right? You'll never regret trying, but you will regret having not tried. Oh. And so think about it. Like when you're on your deathbed, are you going to regret things you did? I mean, maybe, some things, but for the most part, right, doing stupid stuff, you're going to regret having not done things, having not taken the risk, having not stepped out of your comfort zone, having not moved across the country, taken the business opportunity, just woke up an hour early. You're going to regret the late nights watching Netflix, drinking yourself to death, hanging out with friends on the weekend, never really just staying in that mode of that fog of routine, mundane lifestyle, just chugging along, just oblivious to what's available to you out there, bogged down with just life and reality with no room to breathe and no room to even try. Though you will regret that. You will regret having not gotten up off your butt and tried. So you'll never regret trying. So just do it. You will regret having not tried.
Love that. Before I give you my fifth and final one, I do want to remind folks, if you have words of wisdom that you would want to put out there, leave them in the comments below. Let's see if we can't get 100 or so comments with people's other words of wisdom. Again, we're just giving you our 5, so a total of 10. There's likely dozens and dozens more, so leave comments below. My fifth one, I'm going to actually give a shout out and quote Ken McElroy. Ken McElroy put this out on Twitter and Instagram the other day, and it goes by, one door is better than none. You don't need 100 to start. You just need one. Simple, elegant, powerful. Casey, where can people find you?
That's such a good one, Michael. I believe in that so much. People can find me everywhere. YouTube, once or twice a week now. I'm trying to put out videos. So Sundays and Thursdays, Brick by Brick Wealth. You can see what I'm doing on my website, Brick by Brick Wealth. And you can check out my new masterclass on the cake method on my website, brickbybrickwealth.com.
Take care. Thank you so much.